Half second, Owen. We lost.
You guys are offline.
Uh-oh.
No,
What do you mean?
It's still live. It's still
A
live.
completely new video?
Wait.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you right now, it's showing last week's.
That's
Oh,
it.
sorry, guys.
Low hole
No
Clint.
fix.
Low hole Clint.
As you guys, if people are out there watching right now, as you guys can see, we're still kind of trying to learn how to do this here.
I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. Dang. Oh. Okay. We lost a couple hundred there.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, get. Go on. Low holer.
Jeez, Clint.
Get out of here.
There we go. Now it's just us three.
So
if you guys are out there watching,
so
let us know. Let us know how it's looking now. And then Clint, don't forget, we still got to draw that winner for that first prize pack.
Yeah, all the winner there, and I did see some questions to the side. Fishery, and there was a meeting today, and actually this is going to be Bill Monroe Jr., who was also listening in on the North of Falcon stuff today. So we've got a little insight on that. No final decisions yet, but definitely kind of we got the scope of what could come to pass this fall. We have a real unique situation this year, just with some of the levels. I mean, it's all positive. We've got another 100,000 fall Chinook coming back, but we'll have a little update on that here in just a minute. I think everyone's saying it's good and rocking again, Marlin.
Well, good. Hopefully that's all good signs for this upcoming season. Let's just hope that actually happens.
Yeah. Are you so your show's on again Friday night? Owen.
Yeah, we'll be back Friday night and then Sunday morning. We're just kind of scaling things back for the next foreseeable future, but we're not going to go anywhere. NBC is a big company, and they're just being super, super safe. So we're trying to keep as little contact with everybody as possible. So things will work out. And like I've said a little bit ago, I'm just trying to keep busy with the stuff that I can. The fishing, if you have the opportunity to get out there, it's been decent. You have a chance to catch some fish if you can get out. Again, for everyone out there that can't, I apologize for that. But in the long run, if you're listening in Oregon, watching in Oregon, you do have some decent opportunities. And Cameron, I'm sure you're pretty well aware of what's been going on along our coast as well. So there's some decent options out there.
Yeah. Hanging out down there today. I think he kind of missed it today, but is down there the last few days and finding some.
Yeah. I like his smile. Now, everybody, I know that a lot of you get to see Cameron once a week or more or whatever, but when you see that little smirk like that, yeah, things have been okay.
Well, we don't want to like, hey, I would just be so happy to be able to go like 100 yards that way and maybe try to catch a steelhead, but it is what it is. But thank you for tuning in. What time tomorrow or what time Friday for the show? Just for those that don't know, even though I know everybody watching knows, but just in case one guy who does
we'll be back on our normal time. We'll be back 7:00 Friday night on NBC Sports Northwest, and then Sunday at 8 a.m. Hey, Eva, where's my cocktail? This stuff when I'm at home, man. That's cool. You got to make the best you can, right?
That's right. Well, enjoy your fish tomorrow, sir. And for the Buoy 10 update, much appreciated for your time.
You bet, guys. You take care. Everyone be safe. Take care. Be safe out there, all right?
All right. See you, man. Sweet. Owin Hayes, good friend of the show as always. Outdoor GPS, great Northwest show, lots of live good updates, good product. He always gets awesome guests.
Okay, hang on while I bring them back in. We lost them. Oh my gosh, Marlin is going to lose his mind on me. So, let's keep this going. Hang on. Let's get them back in. Let's get them back in. They might.
With no mic.
Yep, hang on. Here you guys come.
I'm seriously going to stab myself. Why
What
is
about
this so
Zoom?
terrible this week? I don't know what I want you to do. I want you to fix it.
Well, well, you know what? We still have almost. Let me see here. We still
Yeah,
have
there's-
300 on YouTube and a couple hundred on Face. It looks like. So let's just let's get Bill Monroe in here. Let's get some Buoy 10 and Columbia fall updates. That's got to be exciting. All right, Bill, go. Marlin, you got to pick that damn winner. Someone's got to pick that damn winner.
Yeah,
Marlin,
Clint was
say
supposed
something.
to. Clint was supposed to pick a winner. Cam, we missed a bunch of super chats too.
You know, it was kind of coming through in between the chop. I wanted to make sure we had a good signal when I thanked them. Just like I saw the last super chat there from Michael Coleman. The virus is literally killing us emotionally. Yeah, it is. It is a rough time for people out there. There's no question that, we all need to get our release and get our vices, and it'd be nice if we could go fish, but I hope you guys are doing well out there, and thanks for tuning in tonight. If you are, you're still hanging with us because we got Bill Monroe Jr. I see a red couch, and I see Mr. Monroe sitting there. How you doing, bud?
Is this working?
Is this working?
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's been rough. But
Hey, so this is a little like I don't have to maintain standards like we do on TV, right? This is like Carol Baskins killed that mofo, right?
yeah,
Am I
she
like
did. She
okay?
totally,
Right on.
I agree.
Because
Carol Basket is a
I
crook.
have a lot of people
I
that I
think
want to feed to tigers.
That's right.
Yeah, this is good stuff. After
Well,
today's meeting,
Bill?
oh man, let me tell you. Yeah, hey Cam, you were talking about this, what we have coming for like Buoy 10 and stuff. Man, I tell you guys, I was gonna start looking at this, and we were just to print out what all the stuff we're going through in order to be able to get through a north of Falcon process. Like just so we can have some days of opportunity, and we'll explain the options. This is like what it's come down to. This is how intense it is. And I like what Owen was saying. He was just like, I'm sorry, Washingtonians. You guys may not get to go fishing. And I think I don't like it. I don't agree with it. The CDC guidelines, and I'm also, by the way, I also work on an ambulance. I run 911 calls, and we operate off of what's called CDC guidelines. And CDC guidelines, even for people who are mandated to stay home and save lives, CDC guidelines are saying outdoor recreation and fishing, as long as you can maintain social distance, is actually recommended. And Jay Inslee knows that. And I'm pretty sure that Kelly Susswin knows this because we've told him, and we're still continuing to try and tell them how we think that we can manage this thing on a appropriate level, and it just seems to be an overreach. And I'm not saying that all I want to do is go fishing, because to be quite honest, I would love to go fishing, but in Oregon I get to. And it's not like I'm here to take clients, but I think Washington should be able to go out and go fishing, trout, bass, separation, keeping distance. It can be done. It really can. And I don't know. That's a whole big story, but let's dive into what you were saying, Cam, about north of Falcon.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, and we have a lot of guys tuning in here from Michigan and stuff, so we are going to get a little Northwest centric here for just a second, because we got Mr.
Right.
Bill with us. But our buoy 10, what we call buoy 10 in the Columbia River Fall Salmon Fisheries, that's like our Super Bowl. Like, that is that is go time.
Yeah.
There's a huge process, multi-agency, multi-parties between commercial, tribal interests, just to eat out and peel out these seasons. And we have a unique situation here because, it's and then if we can make our dam and we can make our escapement over our first dam on the Columbia River for upper rights, like, the gloves are going to come off and we're going to get the real full ham on them. But right now, the states and all the parties that be are kind of in between these two options. What are those options? How do you think it's going to play out?
All right. We had three options actually given to us today. One was option one, which showed basically we can have almost identical to what we had last year. We open it August 1st. We get till August 23rd this year. Last year was August 20th. And then it would be rolling closures and fisheries up the river up until Bonneville Dam, zones 4 and 5, which are the Portland areas from Warrior Rock to Kelly Point, and then Kelly Point up to Bonneville Dam. That would be only open until September 3rd. And September 3rd, we had a little bit more time last year with less fish, which makes this a little bit more confusing. And then we go into option two, which was to give us a different kind of fishery, which wouldn't open up until halfway through August. And then it would give us a fishery, and let's just go down to the estuary. It would open up at like August 16th, and then it will close August 27th. And it would only last for 12 days, but it'd be higher quality days. Now, I'm no math scientist, but 12 days compared to 23 days is a loss of opportunity, in my opinion. And then we were also given an option three. Option three was open it August 7th and go on a DPW basis, which is a days per week basis. You would they were looking at like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which are the absolute busiest times of that fishery for the entire month. And that gets to be really tough. That would overload a lot of areas. The town would be dry for a certain time during the week, and the weekends would be an absolute mess. But powers that be, they showed zones 4 and 5, the Portland area, getting 3 extra days. And that holds merit because those 3 extra days for the Portland area is kind of a big deal in the fall. Portland fisheries seem to be really productive in the fall with the pro trolls taking off and whatever else you want to use. It works. You know, the fall fisheries, it's a good fishery. But when it comes down to it, we looked and it's like, man, if you could give us, and this is the hardest thing. It's really hard to make a fishery in Astoria and then have it roll all the way up the river. It's really hard to make that work to the point where we want to get those 3 extra days in zones 4 and 5 for everybody who can't make it down to the estuary in Astoria. They fish locally, and that's a big deal. As you know, last year, Cam, you know this, last year, zone 6 above Bonneville was gangbusters. And basically the way that the seasons worked last year with these rolling closures, which are still here. Everybody followed the fish, and they kept going. Usually people don't go up to zone 6. But last year they did, and zone 6 had its best fishery in probably a decade because it was very, very productive during those peak fisheries, which they left open. This year, they're not going to do that.
Remind people what zone 6 is real fast.
Yeah, zone 6 is above Bonneville Dam, all the way up to the McNary to Highway 395 bridge, which basically is the entire rest of the Columbia sport fishery. It includes the reach. You guys know you went up there for King of the Reach. That type of fishery is what last year, it did really well. The mouth of the Deschutes, the mouth of the Klickitat, you name it, it was fishing, and it fished really well. Well, this year, it's not quite there. They want to shut it all down in zone 6 by September 11th. And that is a reduction, big reduction up there in some days.
Right. But I mean, if everything kind of goes, everything's being managed at this like 8 to 10%, depending on if they're, basically the impact that we can have to the upriver brights, and they kind of front loaded a little bit extra at buoy 10 because buoy 10 in the lower river does
that shit I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
And that's where the thing is that we're operating right now at a certain percent impact against the upriver bright fish. And yes, we've always worried about tulies. God bless their stinky hearts. But that what last year wasn't a constraint. This year, it's kind of not a constraint. They are okay, but they're a little bit less this year for tulies. But our main concern is always the fish that have to go up and over 4, 5, 6 dams. That's imperative. And so whether it's upriver brights or Snake River wilds, Snake River, and that's going to be a big deal here in the future, we're worried about those fish. We have to operate at a certain percent impact to these overall numbers in order to be able to fish as a sport fishery. And that's hard.
And it's a gamble, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like we should get the bang for the buck in the buoy 10 fishery because, I mean, right now, I think the forecast, it was like, what was it for URBs going over Bonneville? Like 230, something like that? Remind me?
That's what the initial was. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we get over 200 over Bonneville, then, like I said, the constraints really open up and will allow for really robust upriver September and October fishery. So basically what we really need to do, I feel like, is let because later on there is no opportunity for the guys in the lower river, but there could be some really good opportunity for guys in the upriver. But we just
correct.
It's a tough call between 1 and 3. I'm kind of leaning a little more towards 1 just because
I'm leaning in the bigger picture of this whole thing. A lot of people opted for 3 that are that have to do with like what I do with the Northwest Sport Fishing Industry Association. They lean towards option 3. I'm going to go along the lines of 3 looked okay. We can make it work, but option 1 gives us the most opportunity for these set allocations. And prior to a run-up date, an in-season run-up date, that really seems to best fit our needs. We need to be able to have a fishery in the estuary. I feel like on August 1st.
Well, I tell you what, I definitely don't like that late start. I think everyone, this day and age, if God forbid we're not able to do it, let's just hope we can go fishing. But I tell you what, like, I'm gonna put my faith in the WDFW and the ODF&W getting the forecast right. let's I want to fish that Columbia in October again, man. Those years were fun.
That was good stuff. Wow. And here's another thing for you guys. I am in no way like the ultra proponent of ODF&W and WDFW, but I'll be, and I say this all the time, I'll be goddamned if they don't have the hardest job ever in the history of fishing and whatever. I I don't know how it just they take heat after heat after heat. Whether it's a shitty ocean, a shitty river, fisheries are collapsing. They take it, and they're still finding their way to provide opportunity. Still,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, I hear you, man. There's no question. It's like predicting the weather, except you're trying to predict the weather 6 and 9 months out versus what we're doing now.
Exactly.
Bill, as always, thank you for keeping us posted, and then we'll always look for your updates. When do you think you're going to have a decision? Like, I kind of missed that part of it. Like, when do you think you're going to know?
So PFMC, the PFMC process, which is the end of north of Falcon, the Pacific Fisheries Marine Council, they're going to have their meetings, and it's a 10-day block, right? They're going to put the whole federal piece and NOAA into this, mix all of the equations, and go with what they think is going to be the best thing. Give it back to WDFW, Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, and those fisheries are going to be set. So if we don't have a fishery by April 10th, that means that they're still thinking, or it's going to be a coronavirus delay. But nonetheless, April 10th is usually the cut date. We try to have that those 10 days after all of these locals are done. Well, that was ours, and that's when they try to have something out to the public to be like, hey, this is what we can do. Here's it is. Here's our season. We've involved everybody. We've taken all your comments and everything about, concerns about, cold water, sanctuary, whatever, everything. And they put it into this little thing, and then they give it to us. Yeah. It's definitely changed. A decade ago, this never used to be like this. It was just like, hey, get out there, go fishing, have fun.
Everybody wants their salmon, and that's not a bad thing. Bill, thank you so much for tuning in, giving us some time tonight. And we're going to get over. I think we got Ashley and Nicole kind of hanging out there, but we're going to be watching your updates, and we'll post your updates on Addicted Fishing. Keep all these guys posted.
Hey, really quick, before we bail from Bill, Cam, I just wanted to say thanks to Bill. I don't think a lot of these guys that are like working in the back end of our fisheries get enough credit at all. So super shout out to Bill Monroe Outdoors, Bill Monroe Jr. Check them out. These guys are kind of fighting for us in the back end when a lot of you anglers out there don't understand what these guys are doing for us. So I just wanted to say we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And Clint, don't low-hole me, bro. It's just can't. Later, guys.
All right, later, Bill. Hey guys, I saw a question on there real fast asking about summer steelhead, and the summer steelhead seasons are going to be very heavily restricted. You're going to see similar closures like we saw last year. The forecast is not good. Last year's forecast was 118,000. I think we got 70 back, somewhere in there. This year's forecast is only right at 100K. So rolling closures, single one fish limits, cold water closures as well, and some of these rivermouth night fishing restrictions. I think we're going to see the whole gamut when it comes to summer steelhead. Summer steelhead was discussed pretty good today, even in the meetings. So, with that said, I saw one more question here, guys. Can't remember. It was a good one. Do you want to get Ashley in here? Oh, that's what it was. Heath Bradley, thank you so much for the super chat. That's what it was. Much appreciated. So you want to get Ashley in here?
Before we bring Ashley in here, we need to pick, or we still did not pick the very first winner in this live feed. And I have a whole bunch of other prizes sitting here. And if we don't start picking some of these winners, I'm just going to keep all these prizes for myself.
You already do. Okay. There he is, live now. Steve Triplett. Congrats, dude. Email orders at addicted.fishing. And yeah, you put that up there for him, bro.
Yep, there you go. Steve Triplett, you won yourself a little prize pack. We got some addicted worms. We got a short bus spinner. And we got some beads from Lure Bead. All you addicts out there that are helping us every single week, sharing these live feeds out there and thumbs up in the videos and continuing to spread the word about Addicted, Thank you. We appreciate it so much. And I have a whole little pile of goodies over here that we're going to be giving away. Let me just put together another pack here. How about that?
Sounds good. Where are we at here with
Yeah, that'd be. You want me to just roll into it, Clint? All right, Addicts. So I wanted to just bring up a couple things that I didn't know if you guys really remembered, but in the previous few weeks on our live feeds, we've had a few of our awesome partners in hanging out with us, and they've extended discounts to all you addicts out there. So the first one that I want to talk about that's still in effect and still going is Kong Coolers is offering 15% off their entire website on kongcoolers.com. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's ADX15. And Clint, if you can throw the discount code and stuff up on the bottom of the screen, it's at kongcoolers.com. They're still offering 15% off for all you addicts out there. So if you want to go get your coolers for the summer, get ready. Things are coming. I know we're in a weird time right now, but we're going to have an opportunity to get back out there. And so now's a good time to just stock up on gear. So 15% off. There it is right in the bottom of the screen. 15% off. Use the code ADX15. That is on kongcoolers.com. Huge shout out to Kong Coolers. Love them. Amazing partner for us. The second thing that I wanted to remind you guys about is last week or 2 weeks ago, we had the guys from Brad's Killer Fishing Gear in, and they extended a discount on prop savers. So their little prop saver that goes around your prop, 20% off on propsavers.com. So if you want a river runner or a prop saver, you can get 20% off. You just use the code ADDICTS15. So now's a great time to get some of these products. Our partners are gracious enough to give all you addicts out there these special discount codes. So make sure you head over to these websites and check it out. I don't know if Clint had the prop savers one up on the bottom of the screen. Things are kind of delayed for me, so I don't get to see if those things are rolling up for you, but I'm sure he has it down there on the bottom of the screen. If you guys want to check it out, head over to propsavers.com. Take advantage of that discount. Get yourself a river runner or a prop saver. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. And thanks again to our partners. There's a video Clint's got on the screen right now. You guys can see that prop saver in work, in action. It's a really, really cool product. And Cam talked about it. It's already saved his butt a couple times on his prop that he tends to burn through every once in a while.
I would have been buying a new one last year for sure if it had it not been for one. I made one big mistake while fighting.
And I'm actually wearing one of the hoodies right now. These hoodies are super, super comfortable, super dope. Just call that number right there on the screen. They're going to give you 20% off on their apparel. I really, really like these hoodies. They're similar to like an Under Armour style hoodie. So they are like a Sport Tech polyester style hoodie. They bead water off really nicely. They're really, really comfortable. I wear mine literally all the time. So go buy one of them. They're pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, dude, the new Mustad hook.
Dude, you guys don't even know. Like, if we've been running these for like, no, I'm not. I can't even try. That thing's ridiculous. I'm not even gonna try, dude. That's like, dude, full circle. Like, why go little circle when you can go full circle? Like, I don't know why I said maximum circle. Go full circle. But either way,
full circle. Look at that. The new perfect circle hook from Mustad Fishing. Absolutely amazing. Go get yourself some. Use the code addicted20 on their website. Get yourself the perfect circle hook.
Dude, it's sad because I thought, with how good that graphic is and how they made that, it's like if those guys would have, because damn good and well they could make that. Like, they could run that off. I mean, they're the largest hook manufacturer in the world. Like, they make tooling for other hook companies to make hooks, right? Like, they're insane. They're the biggest in the world, period. No debate. But So I think they should have made those and then sent some of those to us a little early, and we could have done like some infomercials for them. It would have been awesome.
Dude, that would have been so classic. Would have been so.
Oh boy, would have been good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, so we are gonna have BadASH coming in here next, but before we do, let's get some more people in here with us because as the speed's been kind of laggy, we've lost a few of our viewers, and we appreciate all you guys that continue to hang out with us. What were you gonna say there, Kim?
I'd say we still have 500 watching. I see 330 plus on the old YouTube and almost close to 200 on Facebook. So
okay, well let's get a little giveaway going and try to get some more people in here. We are gonna do.
So okay,
we're gonna give away some pro gear.
Volume down. Oh, Ash, I see you.
You see me?
We can.
Clint, mute her real quick. Well, no, I want to do these giveaways so we can get some more people in here before we dive in. Back to Marlin. It's all good. I just wanted to. First of all, Dean Doppelman, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. All you addicts out there, there's been a few super chats that are coming in tonight, and thanks again. We appreciate it. But we're going to give away some Procure gloves, some lured beads, another short bus flasher, and a decal from Mustad Fishing. So a nice little prize pack from all of our partners right there. And all you got to do is, like I said at the beginning of this live feed, share it out there. Share it out to your family and friends. If you're on YouTube, use that little text message feature and message it to a couple buddies. And I see there's 317 of you watching on YouTube, but only 87 thumbs ups. So make sure you smash the thumbs up button on that video. Share it out there, and then drop a comment below and let us know if you guys know who BadASH is. Do you guys know who Ashley Nicole Lewis is? Comment yes or no in the description or in the comment feed. Drop a you know or no, you have no clue who she is. I want to know how many of you guys know who BadASH is out there, because we're going to try to keep having her on our live feeds more and more, and maybe make it a more frequent thing if you guys like her. So we want to see how many of you guys know who she is. Drop a comment below. We're going to randomly select from those comments for you guys to win some Procure gloves, a 3.5 spinner from Short Bus, some lured beads, and a Mustad decal. What is she doing right now? Is she eating steelhead?
People are going to want to watch Ashley, I think, over. So we don't want to be careful here.
I mean, honestly, we should probably just go to her, and our viewership's going to go way up.
Agreed. BadASH, introduce yourself, even though I know everybody here is saying they've been watching your videos and know exactly what's up. Why don't you introduce yourself real fast, and what have you been doing?
Well, I see a lot of yeses, but I do know.
I guess I've just been sitting here and eating fish, and Clint ratted me out. I was having a little snack before we came on, and Clint decided that, let's not give any warning to Ashley before we throw her on. So you know what? I'm going to keep eating my fish.
I'm going to keep eating it.
It's been a great time to do some fishing.
Well, just sitting here eating fish. BadASH Outdoors. I'm a shutdown steelhead guide, guys. I'm a shutdown salmon guide. So I'm just hanging out here in my house and playing with some of my fishing stuff, eating a lot of food, and getting ready for brighter days ahead of us, hopefully. So that's what I'm up to, and that's a little bit about me.
What videos have you been doing? Just throw some out there, just to some of the guys that you've been doing some smoked fish stuff and some cooking challenges and videos as of late too, to give some fellow Washingtonians some opportunity to go watch some new great content that's out there.
You know what? And I could probably speak for a lot of the folks that are outdoors people in Washington State. I live in Olympia, Washington. So we've had a lot of time at home, indoors, And for me, that means time to cook some of the things that I've been saving in my freezer. We've all heard the like jokes and things about like this being an apocalypse in itself and that sort of thing. And so one of the things that I did is I opened up my freezer and I looked inside and said, okay, what am I going to do now and what can I do with this? And so one of those things is I had some steelhead that I cooked up in my backyard because usually halfway through the day when I'm guiding, and I think a lot of you guys are the same or like have like a lunch break kind of time when you run a guided trip. And I bring a cooker with me and I cook a shore lunch. And so I cook like bratwurst or burgers or something up on my cooker. And so it was like noon on a Tuesday and I'm like, what do I want to do? I'm like, well, what would I normally be doing? So I drug my boat into the backyard and I pulled out my cooker and set it next to it and I just cooked up some lunch. And made a little video of my favorite steelhead recipe on my cooker. Something super easy, like you don't need to go out to the grocery store. As long as you have some fish and a few seasonings laying around somewhere, it's something that you can do too. I made a smoked steelhead video, very simple, easy recipe there again. And so put some of that content out so folks can join along and cook and have a snack with me.
What's like one thing when it comes to your cooking? Give the guys out there like, do you have like any secret tips or like anything that's kind of proprietary to BadASH when it comes to smoking salmon? Or I'm kind of a KISS method guy, but that's because I'm not very smart. So keep it simple, stupid. But you know what I mean? Like if you've got any other cool tips, anything like that that's maybe featured in one of those videos or anything, let's tune in.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say if you possibly could, if you can incorporate some sort of wood into anything that you're cooking, whether it's smoking, cooking over an open fire, or even grilling in your backyard barbecue, even just setting like your piece of fish that you throw up on the grill, soak a piece of cedar plank and throw it on top of that. The cedar plank starts smoking in your grill. It kind of infuses your fish. So anytime you can incorporate different woods, and I highly recommend like alder, cedar, even cherry can be really delicious. When you can do something like that, you're going to give your fish, your food, anything besides fish, a lot of flavor. And it's a really simple addition. And a lot of times people feel afraid to start using different woods as a part of their cooking process. But if you can, I certainly encourage it. It's something you can do, Cam. It's easy.
Something that I forget, honestly, man, because like I said, when I'll do a little bit of fish, it's like I'll either smoke fish or I'll put it on the barbecue, but I'll never put the cup of chips in there or do it on the cedar. I need to do it more, but I don't like eating fish, though, to be honest with you, so.
Hey, send it over to me. I'll smoke it up.
Well, we got to be able to cook fish first, so it's not really working right now. Hey, what's coming out this week, too, for those guys that are looking at home to watch some additional content?
Why is Cam's mic messed up now?
I don't know.
Oh, your mic's messed up.
Yeah, you sound like you're underwater or something, dude.
Is this where I blame Clint? I'm still learning how this works.
Yeah, where you blame Clint, you low hole Clint. Yep.
Yeah. Remember that one time you put a picture or a video of me eating food when I wasn't ready? Clint, this is your fault. Anyways, so what's coming out this week? For those of you that like love watching, any sort of fishing shows, or gosh, you got some time on your hands, or even if you didn't have time on your hands, make time. The One Boat Challenge episode 3 is coming out, and that should be a really fun episode as we watch Cam and I as co-competitors continue on in the challenge. And there should be some pretty fun fireworks for this 3rd episode. Notice how I said continue on.
Those guys haven't watched 1 or 2, and I know when this thing's all said and done, we're gonna definitely do a behind the scenes episode for sure. But yeah, for those guys that haven't checked it out, there's a series called the One Boat Challenge where they basically drug a bunch of us across the country, stuck us in a lake down in freaking Mazatlan, Mexico. Well, not even in Mazatlan, it was kind of a ways away from it, and said, "Go get them." And basically turned it into a Survivor-style challenge, and it's out at the website www.oneboatchallenge.com. All the videos are also housed on YouTube as well. Be sure to check those out. Ash and I got the opportunity to be competitors down there. We're on the same team, but got to be able to compete down there, and it's pretty wild. And the first episode was kind of I thought it was kind of hold on. The second episode, it's like, oh, it's getting real. And honestly, I can't wait to watch the third and fourth. I haven't seen them. I know what happens.
Yeah, I think people are really going to love the third episode. And, some of my favorite characters, besides you, or castmates, I guess, besides you, of course, Willie Young Jr. and Louis Vito, Olympic snowboarder and former, I always want to say lineman, but I don't think that's what it was. Chicago Bears, played for the Chicago Bears. Talking about Willie, yeah. So watching them get in like that competitor mindset and start coming after us, super fun.
Hey Clint, don't you have a preview of episode 3 we can roll?
Welcome to day 3 of the One Boat Challenge. The bigger your fish, the better your map.
Go time.
That's the cast right there.
That's a nice fish.
Yes!
It's actually a little more pressure.
You have to be very focused as you're doing this, right? I got him!
Beautiful El Salto bass.
You will be limited by the outer edges of the map. After that is a free-for-all.
Lay the rod down, you throw a hissy fit like a little girl, and they jump on.
Episode 3, and I saw a couple people asking you guys, oneboatnetwork.com. Is that the website, guys? Clint, can you throw it up on the bottom of the screen?
Oh, jeez. You made me screw that up, Clint.
Yeah, what happened, dude?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to talk again.
There
How's
you
it
go.
going?
It's better now. Whatever you
Cam, I
did.
have a question for you.
Fire.
How clean is your garage right now? Like, have you been like in organization mode? Have you spent a lot of time out there? Like, what's that like?
I was telling Owen earlier in the episode, it's like I could go kill a fish within 500 miles from here, anywhere, like ready to go, like the most ridiculous, most organized I've ever been in my life. I'll tell you that much. And everything from trout, bass, I mean everything done. It's pretty crazy.
Oh
but
yeah.
What else are you gonna do, right?
Exactly, and that's the thing is like between organization, getting tackle ready, and stored up, and again like back to cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. What else do we have to do? So.
That's awesome. Well, what's your guiding schedule looking like going forward? We've had a few people asking like where do you guide, prices, stuff like that. Like when are you gonna? I mean, obviously we no one really knows right now, right? I mean, but at the same time, summer fisheries, fall fisheries. Kind of give everybody a little roundabout on what you're guiding and when you're doing it.
Yeah, definitely. So I do salmon and steelhead. And for me, the fisheries that I guide start late August and really get pumping in September, and that's the coho fishery. I fish that into the fall Chinook fishery, which goes then into the early winter steelhead fishing, which usually is just burning hot right about now, and wraps up about mid-April. So, I mean, I would say August through April is kind of my go time for guiding, with lots of other little things coming up. I'm not spending as much time guiding on the rivers as I used to. One of those things being the project that I'm doing with NBC. We're doing a digital series which will live on the NBC Sports Northwest website called Breaking Out with BadASH, and that will be a fantastic overview of opportunities in the Pacific Northwest. Lots of different types of fishing. You get to see me be an expert and show you how to do some things like steelhead fishing, and then you get to see me thrown into situations kind of like the One Boat Challenge, to be honest, like, hey, go be a bass fisher now. And you get to see me thrown into other things and try those out. So that would be a good time.
When was that airing? Just because I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, quite all right. April 25th is when oh, look who's joined me. Come on. April 25th is when that's going to air. Come on. Somebody someone smelled fish. Hi. Hey, get away from my fish.
You got it all. Game over. Awesome. All righty, guys. Well, what else? I don't know, Marlon, what you got? Some people are saying that we kind of dogged them on the last giveaway now too.
Yeah, we did. We didn't pick them on. We didn't pick them on the gloves and spinners and stuff that we were giving away. And I saw a couple of people asking for all these videos that Ash is talking about for her YouTube channel. Once this live feed's over, I'll make sure I drop some links in the description of this video so you guys can go back and check out some of these videos and check out some of the things that she's been doing. So make sure you guys go back after this feed's over and look at some of the links. Yeah, it was asking if they knew Ashley or not.
Nicely.
Oh.
Should we have him comment again? Except now all of them do know Ashley because she introduced herself. David Oliver, you won yourself a little prize pack from us here. We got some Procure gloves for you, short bus spinners, lure bead, and a mustad decal. Make sure you shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing, and we will get that thing shipped out to you. Please include your address and exactly what you won. And if any of you guys out there have won giveaways from the previous couple weeks, we have not been able to ship any of those out due to what's going on in the state of Washington. So please just be patient with us. When we're able to open things back up and get back to shipping, we will make sure we get all those things out to you. But make sure you include your address and exactly what you won, or else you're disqualified.
Bro, you will get nothing.
Is that
Justin
too harsh?
Morgan, thanks for that. And maybe Ash can maybe Ash could shed some light on this too. What is the date of guides and charters with coronavirus? I think he's asking how we're dealing with it. I guess how many will go belly up, hoping to use the stimulus money to book a trip and help a guide? Well, yes. Naturally, I think everybody should use their stimulus money to put back into what they can in the local economy. So I'm not going to argue that. Would you probably agree with that, Ash?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And I think, one thing that I can say about that is we all know that our small businesses and, a lot of our really good friends in our fishing community, they're really going to be hit hard by this. I think we all have a firm grasp of that by now. And if there's anything I can just say to the folks watching, that it's really just take care of each other. I mean, that's really where we're at this point. I mean, staying home, avoiding social gatherings and things like that. We get that message loud and clear, but we just need to look for opportunities to take care of each other going forward. And maybe that means, booking a fishing trip with one of your buddies that makes his living that way. Maybe that means going into the Ma and Pa gas station and buying some maybe slightly more expensive tackle there, or going into your local shops and buying there as opposed to something online. I don't know, whatever that is, just try to put that back into your local community and the people that are there and make up what this community is, which is great and resourceful. And I think that we'll see us pull out stronger at some point. But it's going to be a little bit harder to get there. And it's certainly going to take the effort of all of us to step up and make it workable again. But I have certainly no doubt and all of the faith in the world that if there's any community that knows how to pull together and get something done, it is the outdoor community.
No, that's great. And that's great input and great advice, Ash. A couple things with this, with some of these acts, there was a big inclusion for the charter and fishing guide industry. How that will all settle out and settle up to being able to help some of the small businesses, because as guides and as, we can be an attraction to some of these, very small rural economies, in counties and states and towns that, that's what they have, a lot of fishing and logging and stuff. So I think the powers that be definitely saw the necessity to have a pretty sizable chunk of money in there for the fishing charter and guide operations. Like I said, I don't understand where it's going to settle out. But even with that said, I don't think a lot of, and I'll just say just from my personal experience, a lot of guides, we're very, very used to kind of the feast or the famine. I mean, between salmon runs and emergency closures and openers and opportunities going away, I think a lot of guys are going to kind of take it in stride, do what they need to do, to kind of sit back and it is really tough just on the account that, right now, the way a lot of the guys in Washington are looking at it's like, well, they're not even allowing fishing, let alone bringing other people from outside of our areas to come fish with us. Like, we're not even on step one, where other states are really kind of looking at that a little differently. So it's a little bit of a, I guess it's a little bit scary, I guess, not knowing. But I think, like I said, for guys that have been around a long time, we've seen stuff like that. We saw the crash in 08, 09. That one was worse than any bad fish run could ever be. So, like I said, I think we're going to just have to see how it goes. Hopefully it gets better.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Yep. I mean, and we'll pull together and stay strong and that sort of thing. I have no doubt in that. And so glad for the friendship of all of my friends in the fishing industry. Now's the time where I need it the most, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Good thing is I think a lot of people after this whole mess, and I mean, like I said, we're going to be, like I said earlier in the show, Ash, this is something we're going to be dealing with, not for these 2 weeks. It's going to be for, months on. I think, I think people are going to be chomping at the bit to get out there and get after it. So I think, when it does open up and there's going to be opportunity, people are going to want to get out. I think that's going to be a positive for the guiding community. But let's just get the sport fishermen on the water first.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you there.
Right on. Let's see here.
What are you doing, man? Come on. You want to say hi? Just
what's going on, dude? I wish you would have got to go fishing with you guys. Sounds like you had an epic day and some epic episodes coming. That's going to be, I can't wait to see it myself. Marlin stepped away here for a minute. I don't know where he's hiding. He's probably getting dinner. Real fast, I saw another super chat from Michael Coleman saying, give this to Clint. He's going to need it. The $4.99. Michael Coleman bought you a beer, Clint. What do you think about that? I thought we missed one other super chat, or was that Justin's? Never mind. We're good.
Oh, you don't put him on when he's eating.
He got off the screen. He hid. What a chicken, huh? Hey, are you on your phone, Ash, or are you on a computer?
I'm at home.
Are you on your
on my phone.
Your phone? Darn it. I was hoping you were on your computer because my phone sucks, apparently. Thank you, Husky KMA, for the super chat. What else we got here? Did we end up getting Nick Popov in there too? Do we want to chime him in here, Clint, or was that a no-go? Gotcha. Well, it'd be nice to have a little insight from Marlin, but he's too busy eating a taco, because I would definitely rather be eating tacos right now too. Who wouldn't? Let's see here. Dude, it was a bummer.
Look who made it back.
Oh, thank you. How was dinner? Oh, you should though. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't eaten my tacos. I had to make them. You guys want to see them? They're masterpieces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here they are. It's a purple plate with a couple tacos. It's amazing. Oh, you can't see it?
Oh, right now.
Let's see it.
Want
Raise
to
higher.
the plate,
Higher.
Clint? No? Yeah? No? No,
Higher.
too late. I'm over it.
Ooh, you have
Well,
one
guys,
hard and one soft taco.
Yeah, one hard, one soft.
Bye-bye.
You guys don't know I love my taco.
Let's give away one more prize, Marlin, and then I think let's put a bow on it. But I think I got a good question for the people because I'm kind of curious because Obviously, this week we've had a lot of new subscribers on our YouTube channel. And like I said, I know probably almost all of you have been watching this and probably subscribed. But if you haven't, be sure to subscribe and turn on that little bell notification there, just so every time we pop up new content or we go live, you guys actually get the notification. It'd be super awesome of you. But Marlon, you got one more giveaway, and I think I got the question because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I have a ton of I got a ton of stuff we're gonna give away. But one thing I did want to say too is if you guys are new to the channel and you guys just saw us on this live feed, difficulties are not the norm. This is not a normal live feed. I've been pretty it's been brutal for me watching this, how just like splotchy and stuff it is. So just know that when we're live normally, oh, look at this cute little guy. All right, let me get some giveaway stuff here.
Brady Taylor, thank you again for the super chat. We do appreciate the $20 donation to keep this running. Thank you very much. And Michael Coleman, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that either. Sharon's a great cook.
Yeah, Sharon definitely made these tacos. That's a fact. That is a fact. All right. We are going to give away here.
There we go.
We're going to give some Dominate, some Tough Line Dominate here. We got a spool of 40-pound, 300 yards. We got a 3.5 short bus spinner. We got a Brad's Kokanee cut plug. And a couple more packs of lured beads. Shout out to Randy Bales from Lured Beads. He was able to send us a bunch of beads to just give out to all you addicts out there. So, Cam, what's your question? But first, before we get to the question, do not forget, how many there's 154 thumbs ups on this YouTube video. I am just, how is there 300 people watching this whole time and only 150 thumbs up? Does not make sense. A lot of people just don't want to win, I guess. What do you
I wish there was a way to see that.
Who actually thumbed up it?
I thumbed up it, for the record.
Thank you, Ash. We appreciate it.
Fully thumbs up it, for the record.
And I saw a bunch of people too. Do not forget when this little live feed's over, make sure you guys head over to BadASH and go subscribe to her channel because she has a YouTube channel and she's been posting some content on there. So head over there and tap that subscribe button. Make sure you guys join her because I'm sure she's got some really cool stuff coming up that you guys are going to want to see.
Yes, exciting things. Lots of time to make new things.
All right, Cam, what's your question?
All right, so for everybody out there that wants to participate, you got to answer. How long have you been subscribed to our YouTube channel? And if you're on Facebook, how long have you been subscribed to us on Facebook? Even though that doesn't really make much sense. I'm really curious about the YouTube, guys. So if it's just been a couple months, say a couple months, couple years, couple days, whatever it is, let us know, and that'll get you guys in for that first prize pack that Marlon just told you about.
Yes. Oh, there we go. 6 months, 3 years, 9 months, 1 year. That's a really good question, Cam. This is going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm real curious. Already a lot of long timers, that's for sure. Oh boy.
Well, shout out to all those new people too, because we just did a video collab with Ace's Videos, and we've been getting a lot of new subscribers from his channel. So shout out to Ace's Videos. If you guys haven't checked it out, we did a collaboration video with him where he put a video on his channel and we put a video on our channel. So make sure you guys go watch those and check them out.
While we're waiting for guys to chime in here, I saw 5 minutes, about a year, 5 months, 4 months, 6 years, 1 year.
Did you see the guy that commented and said, since the GoPro's on the EFL?
That's like got to be in the 10-year range, right?
Yep, that's the very, very beginning of our video content.
That's awesome.
And Ashley's just sitting there eating her smoke. Is that salmon or steelhead?
This is smoked steelhead.
Steelhead. God, I want to eat some of that.
That don't look that bad. That looks pretty tasty right there.
This is the YouTube one too, like the YouTube one, and it's good. I have a little nose coming out from under the desk that agrees. You would like it, please?
Yeah, he looked like he wants some of it.
Nicely. Just a little piece.
And you guys, all you addicts out there, you rocked it this tonight with the super chats. Thank you again. We appreciate it. I know we just appreciate it a lot. It's kind of humbling and crazy to see that you guys give us those super chats every single week, and so we really appreciate it.
Well, since you guys keep doing that, we're not going to have to cut to commercial breaks anytime soon. So that's really good that you guys do that. We appreciate it a lot.
No, but Cam, we do have a new live feed sponsor that we're going to be announcing in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it.
I am too.
Gloves off. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, Greg. Thank you so much, Greg. We got another super chat from Greg. And you guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you again for the super chats.
And Garden Frugal said that he just unsubscribed, but we're okay with that because we don't care what Garden Frugal thinks or says or does. Or honestly, I gave him more time. I gave him more commitment right now. So.
Oh, and we got another super chat from Nick. Thank you so much, Nick. We appreciate it, man.
Oh, come on, Cam. This entire thing's a commercial. I don't know. Is it? What have we advertised today? I don't know. We got some good information tonight. Had some great stuff. I mean, what else are we doing right now?
I mean, hey, if you want to think that, that's your prerogative. But I'm on the side where I feel like, man, we give away a lot of free information that we don't have to give away. I have, a lot of you guides out there, and Cam and Popov and Jordan, and I mean, they teach you guys a lot of stuff. They put a lot of effort into these videos that we're making. We just gave away a boat. We literally gave away a boat last week. Well, and maybe Ash can speak to this a little bit. I was going to say maybe Ash can speak to this a little bit as well, as someone who's kind of in the fishing industry, and she's also an influencer herself. With us at Addicted, what we've always tried to do with a lot of these companies that we work with and people that we partner with, we pick brands and companies of products that we're already using, products that we love, stuff that's like an everyday thing that we already use and that we love, and we vet it. It's not – how much money me and Cameron could have made off of Addicted if we wanted to sell out? How many random, I'll just say it, bullshit companies come up to us and want to pay us to sponsor or give us free things on our feed, and we tell them no because it's not a product we believe in. We only go and stand by things that we believe in and that we love and that we like, and I think Ashley is probably the same.
So here's an example of that I want to give you, and of what you guys have done. I'll give you an example of something that I saw from you. So I was thinking about making a few product review videos, and I was really afraid of them sounding commercially. And so I was like, okay, what do some of my friends do? So actually, Marlin, I watched your video just today that you did on taking a trout magnet down to the creek. And the first thing you did in your video is you went over the rod and reel that you were using. And here's what you said. You said, I'm using this from Okuma, but you can use anything that you want. I would recommend it to be within this sort of specification boundary. You're not hard just pressing, it has to be this, it has to be that. I think that people want the information and they want to learn how to do these things. And there's people that are great storytellers and communicators and that can share those things really, really well. And people want to know what we're using, and we're passionate about our things. We all have a favorite hat, a favorite rod, a favorite reel, a favorite this and that we feel something for. It's all kind of part of the journey and the experience to me. And so when it comes to talking about these products and things like that, I think people can tell if you're doing it authentically. And I think people can tell if you're just pushing a bunch of, like you said, a bunch of crap. And I know that you guys do those things authentically. I know that you guys have the opportunity to partner with a lot of people that choose not to, and that you partner with companies that you authentically believe in and the things that you use. And I'm sorry, we're salmon and steelheaders. You can't go out there with just any old thing and not know how it works or if it's any good and expect to have a whole bunch of real success. Like, sometimes these fish that we catch are once in a lifetime opportunities. I'm not going out there with like some junky thing just because someone gave me a t-shirt and a free hat or something like that to use their stuff. Like, this stuff matters.
Exactly. That was absolutely awesome and to a T. Thank you for expressing that.
Well, and just to add one little piece to that too, actually, though, it's also really easy to recommend the stuff that you use on the day in and day out. You know, a lot of stuff that we recommended over the years, it was not stuff that we just started fishing the week before. You know, like, so when you have a rod, it's like, you know, and then when you tell people, it's like, okay, this is what I use. And they go, well, that I think is whatever. And you're like, well, that's fine. But my client's got 200 steelhead on this year. Like, that's what worked for me. And so you can really, honestly, it's easy. It's easier to do. I feel like just when you've got that much familiarity with the product too. That's one thing we definitely try to strive to do.
Yeah, we test and use everything. And I see we got some super chats from Michael Coleman, Eddie Moody, Joshua Tipton. Thank you guys so much. Michael Coleman's just always chiming in with the super chats. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, what a great support. Go, Michael.
I've heard my mic has been on mute the whole time, so every time I talked in the live feed, no one could hear me. So that's pretty rare.
Welcome.
That's just how we like it.
All right, I'll turn my camera off too. Bye.
Bye. Bye. All right, Clint, you want to pick a winner for this last prize pack here?
Yeah, let's put a bow on it.
Okay.
Or who thinks we should give away one more thing? Because I do have one more thing sitting right next to me.
What the hell are you doing? We can stay up late.
Tacos?
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Well, we could try to get Nick on the phone if we wanted to. So
I gave up on Nick. If you can't figure out a phone, then it's not my problem.
All right. Am I picking a winner?
Yeah, pick a winner for this last prize pack that we had going.
Okay, here's your winner. It's Steve Funston. You'll see it here in a sec.
All right, Steve Funston, so much for sharing this out there and everything. Please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. It's orders@addicted.fishing. You won yourself some short bus flashers, some braid from Tough Line, and some lured beads. There you go, Steve Funston. He said he's been subscribed to our YouTube channel for 6 months. So thank you, Steve. And do not forget, Steve, make sure you include your address and exactly what you won in that email address so we know where to ship it and what to ship to you. Cam, you got another, or should we let Ashley come up with a question?
Ooh, that sounds good.
Ash, you want a couple seconds to think about it? No. Yep. So you're gonna ask a question to the viewers, and we're gonna randomly select a winner from that question. But first off, we got a Filet Away fish mat here. This is another one of our partners that we've been partnered with for a few years now. Filet Away fish mat, an awesome that you use to fish with. Has these little beads on it, these pins that you apply pressure to while you're holding your fish, and it doesn't slide around. Makes it much, much easier to fillet your fish. So shout out to Filet Away fish mats. Thank you so much. We are going to randomly select someone to win this thing, and the question is going to come from Ash.
Okay, here's the question. Ready? I hope everyone knows their steelhead biology here. So, can a steelhead live less than 10 years, or does a steelhead live less than 10 years, or can it live over 10 years old? Under or
Ooh.
over?
So the question is, can a steelhead live under 10 years or over 10 years? So do they typically live?
Yeah, do they die before they hit 10, or can they live past 10? Under, over? Oh, this is
That's
very
a good
interesting.
question. Cam, do you know that answer?
Yes.
I don't like how confident you were about that.
I don't know the answer to that. So
It depends on the context of the question, though. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm kind of like, I'm not saying a word. I don't know. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so like given that it lives to its life maximum, like what can the maximum? Would it be under or over 10 years? A decade. People can a fish live over a decade? I know the answer, and I will cite my sources. Tell me when to say it.
We're going. No, I don't know. Crap. We're going with your sources.
A lot of people are saying over. A lot of
people are saying
over under. It's probably 70% over.
Saying less.
I find it hard to believe that they live over 10 years because if they did, I feel like we would have a lot of monster steelhead. But maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, imagine what a 12-year-old steelhead would look like.
It'd be giant. I mean, if it made it that, you would have to think it would be huge.
Huge.
But a rainbow, which is what a steelhead is, they live pretty long time in the right conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of like, it depends on the context of the question, really. But I'm being a jerk and overthinking stuff, so I'm not going to do it. I don't know.
Well, I think that you could say, what's the maximum life expectancy of a steelhead in the closest river to Cameron Black? And that might be a little bit different, but if they were to live a full life.
For sure.
I saw a lot of people commenting, I kill them before they get that old.
Yeah.
The answers are all over the map, though. I mean, they are really
all over the map now. Oh,
yeah.
Less than 10.
Yeah.
It's a really good. It's a really good question, Ash.
Thanks.
Yeah.
When do you guys want the answer? Do you want me? Should we give it a minute or so?
Yeah, let's give some people. Let's give it. We got we still have over 500 people watching, so let's give them a chance to all comment in here.
Okay.
Everyone's Googling now. I'm gonna get
the way I've ran this live feed.
Keep in mind, everyone commenting. Clint, stop talking. Mute yourself.
There is no right or wrong answer. You just have to answer to win.
The comment will be randomly selected, whether you're right or not.
Oh, thank you, Marlon.
Oh, whether you're right or not. So that's an incentive. Just throw your answer out. What do you think?
Well,
people think over.
Google's got a very direct, like, cut and dry, which is kind of funny, but I don't. Yeah.
Oh, you Googled it, Cam?
Yeah.
Cheater.
Bradley, Brandon Hanley. I just Google life expectancy of a steelhead. Bradley, I don't really know, and usually it's always the first week of April. Usually it's always probably within the next 4 or 5 days for that. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. You had the Bonneville spill. But this year we don't have a lot of big flooding concerns from the east side. So, they're definitely going to start the spill program. What that means for us this year, I don't really know, and haven't been on the waters. I can't really tell. I'm just reading all these comments.
The comments are hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. I know it's going to be funny because this live feed is going to be like me staring at the comment section the whole time.
Yeah, but what else we can do, though? We have no studio. We have to Skype, Is what it is.
I asked this question. Actually, we'll get this question over with before. I think we've got enough time now, Clint. Do we want to pick a winner, buddy? Now he's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to come back in, or
do you want me to come back in? No.
I'm done.
No, that was funny.
I quit. This is so not worth it. Okay, I'm gonna pick a winner. Hang on. Oh, I hope I'm on mute. And all right, here we go. All right, here's your winner. It's Caleb D. He says definitely less than 10. He sounds very confident in his answer.
Caleb D, congrats, dude. You won the prize pack. Be sure to email orders@addicted.fishing.
Congratulations,
we need an answer.
Caleb.
You won a fillet-away fish mat. Make sure you include your address and exactly what you won, which is a fillet-away fish mat. So Caleb D, he says less than 10. All right, Ash, enlighten us.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, I knew I was going to butcher that. According to NOAA, they can live up to 11 years old, so they can live over a decade.
Jeez.
Please do not fillet an 11-year-old steelhead on that fish mat, Caleb. We're watching you.
They don't make a 48-inch fish mat. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, I would think a steelhead that old would have to just be giant.
Oh, it would have to be massive. Yeah.
That is so cool. I'm trying to catch one. How do you find out how old they are? Can you like take one of their scales?
I would imagine that it's a scale sample, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, that's what Cam, do you have any idea on that?
I'd assume a scale sample too, but as for something that old and that long-winded, I'm sure they still can. They could probably look at some other stuff too, otoliths and all that good stuff.
Don't you cut them in half and count the rings? Isn't that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right behind the dorsal, you just do a straight down cut. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Oh, and get this. So I popped back onto the fisheries.noaa.gov site. A couple other fun facts about steelhead. They can weigh up to 55 pounds. I'm not seeing a 55 pound. Yeah, look at Cameron's eyes. Yes, agreed.
The record
up to 11 years, up to 45 inches in length. Oh, and it mentions threats. Let's all have a nice laugh at this. The threats to steelhead: habitat impediments, dams, shocker. Habitat degradation, shocker. Habitat loss, okay. Commercial and recreational fishing and climate change. All things that are threats to steelhead. And it says Cameron Black. Weird. I'm sorry, couldn't help it.
All right, everyone. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Like I said, as soon as we close this feed out, head over. Ash, what is exactly is the name of your YouTube channel? Because everyone's going to go to the search bar. As soon as they leave this feed, there's 311 of you. You're going to go type in this into the search bar and go subscribe to Ash.
Yeah, it's BadASH Outdoors. ASH is in Ashley. BadASH Outdoors.
BadASH Outdoors. So as soon as we end this thing, everyone head over there and go subscribe. She's got some pretty cool content. And yeah, I think that's it, Cam, unless you got anything else.
Dude, I got nothing. Guys, keep emailing your local legislatures, even though most of them have signed on. I mean, as much as I don't want to say it, keep the pressure on, and just remember you get a lot more with honey than you do with freaking, the vinegar. There we go. That's a good one for it. So, let's keep the pressure on, guys, and let's try to at least get back out in the water there and stay safe. And if you do go fishing, don't go with your buddies, and be lucky that you get to go.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate it. We will be back again next Wednesday, so make sure you guys turn that little bell notification on every single Wednesday. We're live here on Addicted Fishing. We'll see you on the river.
Thanks, guys. Bye.